For today's 5-minute psychology, you keep meeting different people who somehow become the same person. The face changes, the script does not, and you are starting to wonder if the problem is you. You don't have a type. You have an unfinished story you keep recasting. You meet someone new, different name, different city, a clean beginning, and within a few months you are standing in the same argument you swore you had left behind. The distance, the disappointment, the slow ache of not being chosen the way you need it. You tell yourself you have a type, and you laugh about it. But underneath the joke, there is something heavier, because part of you already knew how this would end before it began. Here is what almost nobody will say to you. This is not bad luck. People who keep landing in the same heartbreak are usually not careless. They are deeply consistent. The counterintuitive truth is that you are not failing to escape the pattern. You are unconsciously choosing it again and again with precision. The same wound keeps finding the same hand. You are not chasing love. You are chasing a verdict that never came in. Carl Jung gave this a name. He called it the repetition compulsion, and he tied it to the shadow, the part of you that you learned to hide before you could speak. The mechanism is quieter than it sounds. Somewhere early, a person who mattered left a question open. Was I enough? Would I be chosen? Could I make the cold one warm? That question never closed, so you carry it forward. You are drawn to the exact people who can reopen it. The unavailable one. The critical one, the almost. Not because you enjoy the pain, but because some part of you believes that if you can win this time, the old wound finally heals. You are not broken when you do this. You are predictable. The psyche does not crave comfort, it craves resolution, and it will recreate the war until it gets one. You learn to chase warmth from people who are cold on purpose. Picture the moment after they leave the room, not the fight, the after. You are sitting on the edge of the bed, phone in hand, rereading a message that says less than you needed it to. You feel that familiar tightening in your chest. The one that whispers, if I am just a little more patient, a little less needy, they will turn toward me. That is the unspoken belief. Love is something I earn by managing someone else's distance. You did not invent that belief. You learned it. Maybe from a parent whose attention arrived only when you performed or vanished without warning. So you became an expert at reading the weather of other people. That child was not wrong to adapt. It kept you safe. So here is your permission. You are allowed to stop auditioning for a love that was never going to be a fair contest. You are allowed to want someone who is simply already there. If calm feels like boredom, you were trained to confuse anxiety with love. Once you see it, the pattern stops hiding. Watch for the first signal. The spark you call chemistry is loudest with people who are slightly out of reach. Steady, available interest feels flat, even boring, and you mistake that calm for an absence of love. The second signal. You become the manager of the relationship. You over-explain, over-give, and quietly keep score, convinced that if you carry enough of the weight, they will finally meet you halfway. The third signal. You knew. Early on, a part of you sensed exactly how this would hurt, and you walked in anyway, because the familiar ache felt more like home than the unknown of being treated well. None of these make you foolish. They make you fluent in a language you learned too young. The pattern is not a flaw in your judgment. It is your judgment, faithfully serving an old instruction. The right person will not feel like fireworks. They will feel like the war is finally over. The shift does not happen when you meet someone better. It happens in one specific moment, the moment the old spark lights up. You feel that electric familiar hum, and instead of calling it fate, you get curious. You pause and ask one question. What in me is being activated right now? Not what is wrong with them, but what old door just swung open in you. When you can name the pull, you stop being driven by it, and slowly, something rearranges. The people who once seemed boring start to look like peace. The ones who once felt like destiny start to look like a rerun. You begin choosing from healed ground instead of from the wound. You are not lowering your standards. You are finally applying them to yourself. The war was never out there. It was a fight you inherited, and you are allowed to be the one who lays it down. You will stop attracting the same person the day you stop trying to win an argument that ended before you were old enough to remember it.